When did you become a part of the car community?
I guess I never really expected or had a drive to be a part of the car community. I kind of think it was something that did happen overnight. I think I posted a few TikToks and one of them ended up going viral, and not viral, I mean 1,000 views. But to me at 16, I was like, oh my God, like freaking out. And I wanted to do more stuff with my car. I wanted to be a statement. I didn't realize that girls could be a part of this community and still have a voice and still gain respect. And so I started going to car meets, and the first one I ever went to was by myself in the middle of winter. And I got out of my car and I got some super dirty looks, and I walked around and I looked at cars that I didn't understand, and I just started talking to people. I started talking to everybody because I wanted to learn and I wanted to know more about cars, and the only way I knew I was doing that is by going out and asking people about their cars.
So, getting back to your car, what are your future plans for the car? Do you have any like a build list or something, or a goal or anything?
So I don't really count my exterior mods as modifications, and the biggest thing that I could do, the only other step I could do to my motor is pro charge it, and I'd probably get around 23 psi, but I've already hit 100,000 miles, and I need to get my rod bearings due, and it's such a great car that I'm not willing to risk blowing it up just to have a few months of fun with it. I think it's a great car, and it's now hitting the time where it's a classic BMW, and I love where it's at right now. It's a great speed, it's a great car, but I think I'm probably only going to have it for another year, which breaks my heart, but I think I'm planning on just getting another M3, so I think we'll be okay.
So, what's your honest opinion on the car community today?
I think the car community is not only a great thing, but I think it's also an extremely toxic place. There's so much drama that surrounds the people included in the car community when I generally think it should just be about cars. And at the end of the day, everybody has their own separate lives. Everyone takes their car home after a meet and go lives their lives. And the community part is all of us going together and being together because we have one common interest of something that brings us so much joy. And it does take a lot for people to ruin that. And I think that it is slowly declining and isn't a welcoming place anymore. And I'm really hoping that even with my stuff that I do in my company, that I can slowly start to change that, and hopefully other people do as well.
So, speaking of company, what kind of products do you sell for your company? And what is your company?
So I started my company off because I wanted more people my age to feel welcome in the car community. I did not get support. I got harassed quite a bit for my age in my car and my gender all at the same time while trying to make a name out of it. And that was really difficult. And so I started hiring people to work with me and come to my events and detail my car and take pictures of my car that were around my age or had the same gender or had their own small business so that they could see what it was like to experience those events for themselves. And I've been able to donate to women's domestic violence hotlines and mental health organizations because of it. And that's what makes me so happy. That's what I get to be able to say that, and I don't advertise that. That's just something that I get to do for myself and for my company and for my team to make other people feel good about themselves. Like, that's my only goal. And recently I have gotten merch made. We've got hoodies being made, and you've seen my stickers, and I love my stickers. I think they're great, and it's so fun to see people putting my stickers in places. Like, my stickers are at bars in Lakeville, and I have them in people's cars and on people's closets, and I love that that gets to be something that I get to see and be posted.
So, getting back to your car again, because I forgot to ask you this, but how much power does it make, and what kind of exhaust setup are you running?
So power wise, I'm estimated at a 450-ish. I haven't been dynoed yet. Hopefully, coming this spring, then I can finally get my car on a dyno because that's something that I want to have and be listed as so I can know. Exhaust setup wise, I had ran stock mufflers and stock exhaust for probably a few months until I was like, this is a naturally aspirated V8. This car deserves to be heard. And I had bought a Valvetronic switch, and I brought it to a guy to, get it put on, and I sat there, and he goes, this isn't going to work. I said, why? He goes, it's going to take way too long to do it. Do you want to just cut your mufflers? I sat in a lawn chair, and I stared at a wall because I didn't want to see someone chopping off my mufflers, and then when I did, I was like, Oh my god, because it's DCT, so I can control my downshifts, and it was so beautiful. So I had that for I think about 9 months, and as of last month, I have a single tip exhaust setup with GTI mufflers that I really don't like. It's way too quiet. It's not my preference, and I miss being able to hear my car.
All right, well, let's check out a few videos of this exhaust you got. You know, that's not bad for a V8. That actually sounds pretty good.
I mean, the car itself is it's so great. The motor's great and it sounds great. It's just way too quiet for me. I need loud.
So, what kind of car shows do you go to? Like, what kind of car meetups do you go to?
So of course I love my local car meets. I love going out. I love having fun and I love meeting new people. It's the way that I've become so popular is because I talk to everybody and I love everybody and I love talking to everybody. But event wise, Drive Cartel has been a super amazing experience. I've had my car in their show, I think, 3 times now. Super great. MNCEC, I've had Minneapolis Mile twice now, which was great. I got invited back for a second year, which was a super incredible experience, especially because it was all weekend long.
So tell me, what is it like to set up a show for MN Car Enthusiast Club? What does it take to do it?
Show setup is probably the hardest part of any event. It's the most time consuming and it's the most stressful. I wake up super early. I detail my entire car myself, and then I bring it to a detailer and have them detail it until it's spotless. And then I roll in the day before or the night before the show even starts or the weekend even starts, and I have my detailer detail my car again. So it's a good 3 to 4 details process, and then they detail again the morning of because everything kind of needs to be perfect. You don't really have a lot of room for flaws when it comes to show setup, and thankfully now I have a team of photographers and I have an assistant, and I have great people in my life who are there to support me and help me out with anything. And I make sure to grab all of the people who work for me, their business cards, and I'll throw them in a giant bucket of candy, and I have candy out all day for every single day.
So, we're on to our final question. What is a message that you have for the entire community?
If you want to learn about cars, go out and talk to people. Don't be scared. You're going to need a little bit of confidence, but I promise it's going to help. And if you are getting hate, you're probably doing something right, and do not let it get to you.
Alrighty, well, I want to thank you for coming on out and doing the podcast with us. It was really an honor to have a car model and female car enthusiast here. I feel like we don't get enough of that in the car community. I feel like it should be more known that car girls exist and that they can do just about anything that men can. So I appreciate you coming out here, and we'll see you guys next weekend. Thank you.